everyone, this is Eli J. Brown / Eli J. Brony, and welcome to another classic LEGO Bionicle review. So here we are in 2002, the sets of 2002, starting with basically the stars of 2002, the Bohrok. Remember these guys? These guys were awesome. I really liked the Bohrok. They were so cool. They certainly looked very interesting. I really liked the Krana that was inside of their heads. Isn't that great? Yep. The good old bad guys of the 2002 storyline, these were the Bohrok. Alright, so, what are some similarities that the Bohrok have? Well, there's actually quite a lot of them. In fact, pretty much outside of their weapons and their colors, and sometimes maybe the Krana, these characters pretty much don't have anything different about them. They pretty much are all the same. So what are the functions that they have? Well, they each have a lever on the back, and when you push it down, their face moves forward. And then, there's this next feature. If you push down on the eye... Oh, sorry, it didn't do all that well. Okay, anyway, if you push down on the eye... Okay, well, what's supposed to happen is that this thing, which is a Krana, will fly out. Yeah, I think that the reason why it didn't do so well as it could have is because, well, the pin that is used for the Bohrok's teeth is slightly chewed, so it doesn't open as easily as it used to. Let me see if I can try that with a different Bohrok. Okay, that worked out a lot better. That is how it's supposed to go. Okay, well, may as well use you as a representative from this point. Alright, so each of the Bohrok also had their own collectibles of the year. And that is the Krana. The Krana are small, well, smaller masks, but they're not really counted as masks, but much rather like creatures. They are what are put inside of the Bohrok's head, and it is what controls the Bohrok. Now, another interesting feature is that these masks can actually attach to a Toa, Turaga, or Matoran's headpiece. Although they will not work all that well on the Toa Metru headpieces, just to let you know, I did already try it out. But they will work on any 2001 Toa head or 2001 Matoran head. I'll show you an example real quickly. Here is Matau, the Turaga of Air. And the way that this works is that, well, okay, first... Oh, oops. Okay, yeah. That's another great feature that the Bohrok have. They can knock a Kanohi off of a character. Well, at least the ones that were released during 2001 and 2002. Though it would be a lot harder to get the Kanohi masks to come off that easily if they were released in 2003 or at any point beyond that. So next, open up, throw the Krana out, and then you know what happens next? This happens. Yep, the Krana can fit onto a Toa, Turaga, or Matoran's face. And this does actually happen in the storyline. Yep, Turaga Matau does get possessed just like this, with the exact same type of Krana, although the animation showed that it was an orange Krana, even though orange came from the Galok, and the only Bohrok that did attack Lekoro were the Levok and the Nuvok. And I'm saying the Levok because, well, the only proof that Levoks were in Lekoro is the fact that Liwa, at least, would be shown to wear a red Krana, which is the color Krana that comes from the Levok. Alright, so I'm gonna take this mask off, free him, and give him back his real mask. Alright. And then put this one back in. Alright. Now another function, I'm now going to move over to Galok here, is that they can curl up into balls. And what you do is to curl up this leg here, and fold this arm in, and do the same for the other side. And there you go. They are now in a ball shape. And they can go into this form and like roll, it's one of their attacks. And they also are like this when they are asleep. You can hang them inside of their canisters, just like this, though actually not with your hand, but rather with another piece that could connect to the lid of the canister and hold them up like this as if they were sleeping. Alright. Oh, and I don't know if I've already mentioned this, but the Krana with each Bohrok set is picked at random. An example here is that Galok here, I actually picked random Krana for each of the Bohrok in this case. They aren't the same Krana that were, well, not all of them are the same Krana that were in the Bohrok sets originally when I got them. Some of them are, but not all of them are. An example here is that Galok at the moment has a Krana Sue. So the chances of getting one of these Krana in a Bohrok set is 1 out of 8. So that is pretty cool how the Krana in each Bohrok set are randomized. Certainly works out, considering that no Krana in this series is specific to each set Bohrok. As for their weapons, well, they basically all have the same style of weapons, or similar weapons to the Toa. Bohrok has these ice shields, which I really like. Galok has these fin pieces, considering that it is a water-based Bohrok. Nubok has these drill fingers on its hand, so it can drill into the ground. I used to call them finger toots for some reason. I honestly can't understand. It was just something that came into my mind when I saw those fingers. Bohrok has these stone hands, something, not quite sure. Tanak has these flame weapons on his hands, and Levok has these pincers. Now, major twist, Levok's element is not air, it is actually acid. Or tied down to the swamp terrain. I think I've heard a number of sources say that it's the swamp terrain or acid. Not quite sure. So yeah, Levok is not elemented to air, even though he looks like he is. So that is about it for the Bohrok. In the next episode, I will be looking over their smaller counterparts, the Bohrok Va. I'll see you again next time.